We're continuing this Vail Film Festival coverage, and I'm so excited because I have the team of the film Heightened, a comedy. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Well, thank
So,
you.
Sarah, you star in the film. Tell me a bit about the film and give me the story and the premise.
Yeah, so I actually wrote and directed the film as well.
Okay.
And so Heightened is a comedy that deals a lot with mental health, trying to really destigmatize mental illness. It's about a young woman who has a mental breakdown while she's taking the bar exam.
Oh, wow.
And ends up returning home to Maine for a treatment. And she goes back to move in with her parents, and just it's all about her family dynamic, and she ends up having to volunteer at a local state park where she shadows a very neurotic park ranger, and they kind of help each other with their issues.
So I have to ask, what inspired the story behind this?
Yeah, well, I knew that I wanted to do, so I actually wrote a short film in 2015 that this movie is now based on, and I knew that I wanted to do something that would really destigmatize mental illness and talk about it in a sort of less threatening way, and these characters just came into my mind and I loved them. So I developed the short into a feature.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, John, tell me a bit about your role and what made you decide to sign on with this project.
Yeah, I had produced the feature for Sarah, and she had shown me the short. I had seen it. I really responded well to the story. I thought it was a really important, not only an important topic to talk about it, but an important way to talk about it. And I really believe in Sarah as a filmmaker. This is her first feature as a director, and I felt that really getting behind that and supporting her and building up this story and building up her career was an important thing for me.
Well, I love that you took the pressure of taking the bar exam and turning it into a comedy, because
Yes.
that is such a high pressure thing.
That might be something a little stolen from my father's life. He had a hard time with the bar exam the first couple times.
That's great. So did you grow up in Maine? Is that why you decided to shoot there? Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Maine, and it's such a stunning location to shoot. I mean, we ended up shooting pretty much all around my hometown, all the surrounding towns right outside Portland.
Okay, great. That's great. So, John, you said you believe in Sarah and what she does. So what is it about this project that was different than previous projects you've worked with?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's the story. It's something that I felt really strongly about getting out there in this lighthearted way, in the destigmatizing way, because, so many people either know somebody or have themselves have mental illness that either is unaddressed or that they just are a little too afraid to seek out therapy or to laugh about even. And by, getting a project that turned that showed the comedic side of that, I think it was, for me, really something that stood out and really inspired me to hop on and make sure that we got it out there for the world to see.
That's great. So let's talk about filming.
Yeah.
How long did it take to make the film?
Really quick shoot. We only filmed for 15 days,
Wow.
so 3 weeks.
For a full feature?
Yes, for a full feature. So very ambitious and running around the state of Maine. And, then, of course, after the filming, we worked on it for pretty much another year in post-production.
Okay, great. So for you, you wrote, directed, and acted in it. How did you juggle all three roles?
Yeah. Honestly, I seemed a little insane on set. I had multiple personalities: director Sarah, actor Sarah, and it's really the way that I had to do it is just really kind of split my roles in my own brain. When I'm directing, try not to worry too much about the things actors worry about, and then the biggest piece of advice I would have for anyone who's going to try to do that is just hire people you trust. I could always say to John, I can't really tell how my performance was. Do you think I should do another one? And he'd say, maybe you should go again. And it's like, okay, maybe my acting wasn't great in that one. Let's go again. So really just my cinematographer, her name is Rose Vail Johnston. She was someone I could really lean on in order to juggle all of those roles.
So how did you collect the team around you to make this film?
Yeah, really, I mean, it starts always with John as the producer. He's kind of in charge of finding a team. And I first reached out to a cinematographer I loved. She wasn't available, and she recommended her best friend.
Oh,
and
that's
I
great.
Became just obsessed with my cinematographer. So then she brought some of her people, and we had some Maine locals, some people from LA, some people from New York. So it was a really wonderful sort of hodgepodge of people. And I think the thing that really unified them all was they were all passionate about the project. They all, felt passionate about the script.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for the film. Can you tell us where we can watch it here at the festival?
Yes, so it's on today at 5 p.m. at Chasing Rabbits. And I'm also going to be on a panel at Chasing Rabbits at 1:30 about directing and acting at the same time.
Awesome. Well, we've got the trailer. We're very excited about it, and we cannot wait to show our audience. So we're going to take a look and see what the film's all about.
Thank you.
So happy you're home, dear. We were so worried about you. Can I get anyone a drink?
Eleanor shouldn't be drinking, but I'll have a G&T.
You're all here because you have something in common. You have trouble connecting with others.
I'm in this program.
You'll make fantastic little workers. You'll be shadowing Dustin.
You're Dustin.
Dusty.
What do they call it? What you have?
Anxiety, misophonia, OCD.
Is it what?
You were so fearless as a little girl. I wonder what changed.
Take the time. Find whatever you want to do and do that. Something you love.